How to know if a woman is attracted to you or not.
I'm going to give you 10 signs, clear signs, whether you should make a move or you shouldn't. And this will eliminate time wasters and rejection. The general consensus in the animal realm is that males usually initiate contact and females either accept or reject the advances. The man, however, is either branded a creep for unwanted pursuit or weak for failing to read the signals appropriately. What's a guy to do? I understand perfectly well how challenging it is for a man to have to put in so much effort just to attract women. And then I want you to look at all this, and all this, and all this, and all this. Women have to put in the effort to attract men, just like men have to put in the effort to attract women. The only alternative recourse is to not do anything, not put in the effort. But then the outcome is that you get nothing. Just a little side note, when a woman falls in love is when she's comfortable enough to do a little pursuit of the man she wants, but not until then. So you gotta get her to fall in love with you first. And then you get a little bit of the pursuit that you want. But in the first stages, it feels out of character for us to chase men. Nature bites us in the butt when we go against it. And even men have confided in me that while women pursuing them or wooing them initially feels great, nature eventually takes control and the men cease to value the women since they were never given the opportunity to do what nature meant for men to do. Be the hunters. Men and women must follow the natural order of things in order to have a longer lasting attraction, since we all naturally follow it, even if we are unconscious of it. Why do you suppose individuals like myself who study human behavior can offer advice? Because despite the fact that we are sometimes oblivious of it, we follow a pattern. It's similar to having a hard-to-get-rid-of program built into our DNA. When you post that program, you'll observe two things. It either, 1, doesn't work, or 2, eventually stops working. In order to attract the women you want, I want to arm you with the necessary knowledge. But before doing so, it is crucial that you understand how to interpret women's gestures, cues, and behavior. It doesn't take a body language expert to read women's behavior, but it does help greatly, especially if the body language expert happens to be a woman who has done the same behaviors herself and has observed her fellow females do the same thing without fail. In her observations of more than 200 single women in gatherings, bars, clubs, and restaurants, psychologist Monica Moore found that of the 52 signals, these are the most frequently used by women to give off that she is interested in a man and having him approach her. Important first step: look at her, do a little nod, and smile at her as if to say hello with a gesture. It is important that your eyes are also smiling. Don't smile at her if she can't even see you. So it's important to find a way to get her to notice you're there. If you need to move a bit so you are in her line of sight, do so. Reconnaissance, or the art of gathering intel, is vitally important in order for you to know whether you should approach the woman or not. This is where reading women's body and facial cues totally come in handy. After you've smiled at her, there are 3 reactions that you might get. Negative. Ugh. Positive. neutral. Do not engage if she shows these signs. Do not engage. She's frowning and casts a scornful, irritated glance your way. She gives you an expression that says, "Stop looking at me." She's looking down on you as if you have no right to approach her or even look at her. She's mockingly laughing at you. She smiles nicely at you, but you can see from the expression on her face that she wants you to understand that she's simply being courteous and does not want you to approach. Notice the pursed lips. She rolls her eyes and looks bored. She looks elsewhere except at you in the hopes that you'll leave. She isn't really present, as evidenced by her vacant gaze. The aforementioned factors are there to prevent you from wasting time and effort on women that you shouldn't approach. Now, there are women that you should never, ever approach. But then there's some women who are just having a bad day, but even bad days can ruin a terrific experience, so it's best to just leave them alone for now. Now, the positive. Studies have shown that it takes a millisecond for a person to decide whether they're attracted to the person or not. So it happens really, really fast. The brain can determine in a matter of milliseconds if a person is attracted to a new face they view, and the medial prefrontal cortex, a part of the brain that has been linked to amorous decision-making, is responsible. So blame it on the prefrontal cortex. It's the prefrontal cortex. Blame it on that one. Don't blame it on anyone else. I feel like I'm always glistening. Because that's sweat. Because it's hot. 10-tail signs she's attracted to you. Smiling at you. There are some women who are cheerful and smile frequently, but if her smiles are coupled by any form of flirtatious smiles, this suggests she's drawn to you. Shooting short glances your way. One glance at you is sufficient. However, if she glances at you, then looks away, then looks back at you, then does the same thing again, that suggests someone who finds you attractive, but is a little shy to prolong her stares. Darting her eyes away when you look at her. Anyone who can keep their eyes fixed on someone must have some serious courage. But if she turns her head away when you catch her glancing at you, it's because she was embarrassed to be seen ogling. Making prolonged eye contact with you. The only kind of girl that has the guts to do this is the one who fits this description, that she's interested in you. She won't fixate on somebody who doesn't interest her. She's essentially telling you to come over and talk to her in case you haven't gotten the gist yet. Running fingers through her hair. Preening is the act of grooming oneself to look better and attract attention. A woman is attempting to catch your eye when she fixes her hair, twirls, flips, or runs her fingers through her hair. Check to see whether she's preening for you and not someone else. Because if she's not looking at you and she's looking there as she's fixing her hair, the attention is not for you. She'll keep glancing at the person whose attention she's trying to catch. However, you are unquestionably the guy she's trying to attract if no one else is in the room. Does something with her lips. Sensuality is represented by the lips. Therefore, a woman is undoubtedly attempting to draw you in if she licks her lips, not because they're dry and need moisturizing, bites her lips, touches her lips, or slowly places food, drink, or straw in her mouth, exposing her neck. In addition to drawing attention in that direction, exposing the neck serves as a nonverbal cue to subconsciously release hormones. Tilting her head. A woman is genuinely interested in you and what you have to say when she tilts or cants her head. She's also attempting to come across as more feminine in order to catch your eye. Turning in her seat towards you. She might be standing or seated, but if her body is pointing away from you, her body language suggests that she wants you to leave. She will undoubtedly want to stay and talk to you if her body is turned toward you. Caressing with her hands. She's so attracted to you if her hands are softly caressing anything they can get their hands on. She could be holding a cactus or a hedgehog. If she's caressing those things slowly in front of you, that's a big, huge sign. That or her nerves are totally damaged and she can't feel any pain whatsoever. These are the most common signs that a woman is attracted to you. How to approach these women effectively and get these women to want more of you is what I do to help men. I work with men to help them interact with women successfully so they can attract the women they want in the most instinctive or naturally instinctive way possible. So if you want to book a free 30-minute call with me, click on the link below.